Hello everyone. So next, I want to walk you guys through on how to add models. So what are models actually is. So let me just show you what exactly a model is. For example, let's say if I were to click on this particular button right here, you will be able to find a simple pop-up will be shown like this. So basically model is like another term can be used for referring to pop-ups. And this is just one of the way Bootstrap can be used to have implement pop-up into our website. So as you can see right here in the code implementation right here, you'll be able to have like a button where you're able to trigger that particular model, and inside that particular button you will be having all these triggers right here. So as you can see here, this trigger is the one that actually makes that particular model to be open. So the first thing is the data bootstrap toggle model. The first thing is actually the trigger, and the second thing is the ID that uniquely identifies which particular model to be open, and that particular model is going to be having an ID of example model. So as you can see right here, if you go a bit to the bottom to the code right here, you're able to find the model itself. This is the code for model, where the model will be having that particular ID and also other labels like example model label and other stuffs as well. And this is the particular part of the code where we need to be implementing if you would like to have something that looks like this, by the way. So let's actually make use of something like this into our code. In our website that we are building, we can actually implement that particular model when we click on this particular buy now button. So when we click on this particular buy now button, I would like to have like a pop-up or model which will be asking me for my email, so that I can actually send like an email that can actually have data that represents this particular product's info. So that's the basic idea of what we would like to implement. So first of all, I like to go to my code, and in our code that we have just built, I would like to look for that particular button which is inside the hero section, and which is right here. As you can see here, you're able to find this particular anchor tag with buy now. So this is the one that I like to make use of. For example, inside this particular anchor tag is where I like to place that particular data bootstrap toggle, which is basically coming from here as well. Data bootstrap toggle, and of course the data bootstrap target is going to be example model. So I like to copy both of this, and I would like to paste it right inside here. You're able to find these two particular triggers are actually really important. And the next thing is we need to be implementing that particular model itself. So in this case, I have to go back to that particular documentation, and I would like to copy this particular model that we would like to place inside our code right here. Just like to copy everything which is model, and we can just place it anywhere as long as it's like separate from all the other sections. So I like to place it at the most bottom right here. And once we go to our website, and we're able to find, when we click for, we need to make sure we refresh the page, and we can click buy now, you'll be able to have this particular model with actually no content right here. And let me just go through how to actually add content by actually going to this particular part of the code right here. So for example, in a particular model, we'll be able to have all this basic structure, which is basically the most parent class will be model, followed by model dialog, and then we'll be having model content. And content is where we'll be having three subclasses, which is model header, which will be the one that's placed at the top, and secondly will be model body, which will be placed in the center, and third is model footer. So this is the basic structure of on how to create a model. So in this case, I just like to copy the content right here. So I just like to copy the content only, because everything else is already been done previously. So just by copying the content, and I like to go back to our code, and I like to paste whatever is within this particular content. So just like replace this particular new content we have just copied. And in our code, when we click on buy now, you're able to have the model title, the model content, and the buttons right here. And besides that, we can also position this particular model to be vertically center. So like as you can see right here, we can actually make it vertically centered by actually just, as you can see, if we click on this particular button, you're able to have this particular model to be placed center. So how are we able to do that? Just need to make sure that we actually implement model dialog centered class, and that's it. This is what we actually needed. This is the only thing that we needed. So in our code right here, right after model dialog, we need to be placing model centered like this, and you will be able to find that looks something like this, that's placed center. And this is how you're able to make it center. And besides that, I also like to walk you through the width of this particular model. So in this case, there are three main width. I think there's four actually. The small, the default, which is medium, large, and extra large. So all you have to do, just need to be adding model followed by SM, and the dash SM will be the one that refers to the size, and of course like dash LG, dash XL are the ones actually refers to the size. And if you would like to have it like default one, we don't actually need to add anything at the end. So right after this particular model dash dialog, we need to be placing model dash the size, by the way. So if I go to the particular code, and right after model dash dialog right here, I like to place model dash the size, basically the Excel. So if I go to my website again and click buy now, you'll be able to find the width of your particular model will be increased to the max. This is the max width, by the way, and you can also have SM for the minimum width as well. So when you play SM, you'll be able to find your model will be having such a small size right here. So in this case, I just like to go with the most default one where we don't need to be adding anything. So by just leaving like this, you're able to have your class to be in the medium sized one. And besides that, we can also add forms right inside our model. So in this case, we can actually just make use of the forms that we have actually made previously, something like this. We can just place like a name, email, and these two should be fine. And in our code right here, we have already implemented such input fields. So in this case, I have to go to the particular feedback section, and we just need to be having we just need to have this particular label. These two labels should be fine, where label and the input together, and just copy this and just need to be going to that particular model which we have been working on, and go to that particular model body right here, and we can just replace this particular model body with this particular form content like this. And if you go to our website and click on buy now, you'll be able to find a simple model with two fields will be right here. And yeah, there you go. That's how you're able to have like a simple model which we can be implemented. And we can also implement forms inside that particular model, and not just forms, you can add also images, text, and hyperlinks as well. So it can be it can be done in many ways, by the way. So that's the end of this particular part of the video. Let's catch up on the next one.